Hey gang, if you are watching this, then that means you are a children's ministry volunteer. But I don't consider you a volunteer. Volunteering is what you do, not who you are. You are a team member. You are the one who runs the children's ministry, not me. I'm just the guy who gets to coordinate everyone's efforts so that we all are aiming towards a common goal. A long time ago, I had the attitude that this was my ministry and that I did all the work and that those who helped were my volunteers doing what I wanted them to be doing. But several years ago, God showed me the error of my ways. He opened my eyes to see the bigger picture, and I quickly recognized that if it wasn't for all of you, this ministry around here at Pinedale wouldn't exist. I also discovered that when I step back and let you take charge of little pockets of this ministry, that you are far more talented than I am. You're more creative, you're more passionate, you're more innovative. And I have learned that when we combine our powers and our efforts, we are far greater together than we were when just I was calling the shots. And this has never been more evident to me than it has been over the course of this past year. So many of you have stepped up and taken charge of organizing portions of this ministry. Things like creating a brand new and expanded ministry to kids with extra challenges or special needs. Creating a program for preteens on how to become servants. Doing the complete planning of kids' church worship services. Training older elementary kids on how to lead worship and do communion meditations and guide the kids in class through our offering time. You've come up with organizing our rotations for the Children's Welcome Center. You created the Pinedale bookstore and started selling thousands of dollars worth of Bibles and merchandise. You've organized rec time. You've learned how to use the iPads, and you guys have trained more people than I have on how to use check-ins. You've come up with teaching rotations. You've organized the resource room. We have come out of COVID stronger than we were when we went into it. Almost a year ago, we came back with just 1/3 of the volunteers that we had before we went into COVID. Yet somehow we were able to accomplish more over the course of the past 10 months than we have in the past 10 years combined. Our attendance with the kids has rebounded to over 90% of what it was pre-COVID. And nationwide, that is off the charts. And on Wednesday nights, we've had many weeks where we had more kids this year than we did 2 years ago prior to COVID shutting us down. Yet, we are still operating with about half as many volunteers as we did just 2 years ago. We've got programs that are fully staffed like Wednesday nights. We have Sunday school that's about 75% staffed. But kids' church, we're running like only about 10 or 15% of what we had pre-COVID. I started to type up an email and to send to you guys to talk about recruitment and Promotion Sunday and to share some of these thoughts that I'm sharing with you right now. And I just couldn't word it in a way that conveys how grateful I am for all of you and for all the work you have poured into this ministry over the past year. Never before have I been more grateful for all of you. And my appreciation for you is massive. There's not a day that goes by that I don't thank God for you. In fact, I have made intentional efforts this past year to pray for each of you on a regular basis. I have an app I have put on my phone. I would show it to you, but I'm using my phone right now to record this video. But I downloaded this app that gives me daily reminders several times throughout the day to pray for you. I have all of you listed in there, and then when I hear about prayer requests like Bill Ratliff having surgery, or Carol falling and hurting her back, or somebody's getting a job, or someone's got COVID, or somebody's got an injury, or somebody's having surgery, I add those to that app, and that app reminds me daily, multiple times throughout the day, to pray for you guys. And my prayers always start off with, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. Because I just really appreciate the work that you guys have poured into this ministry. God has always shown us his favor, and has showed us his, and not shown us, he's showered us with his blessings, but not like he has in the past year. For us to start off last October with all of our programs, Sunday school, kids church, Wednesday nights, with 1/3 of the number of volunteers that we had before, yet we accomplished more, that's saying something. It's saying something about the people who came back as volunteers. You are my biggest blessing from God, and I just want you to know how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, and how much I acknowledge that you are the reason behind all of our success around here at Pinedale. Well, God is the reason, but he's doing that work through you. So, yeah, you still get the credit for it. As you guys probably know, it is time for us to prepare for our next school year. And that means I have to do a ton of recruiting and get all of our workers lined up. So far, 17 members of our team have already informed me that they won't be serving this next year. And that's a huge ouch, considering the fact that we are already short between 13 and 20 volunteers. To add that to the mix, we are going to have a massive hole that we're going to have to fill. And that's just a huge hit. Now, I don't say that to make you feel guilty. I'm just saying that to let you guys know. Last year, I came to you saying, we're coming back from COVID, and I'm desperate. We need help. And we went from this many volunteers down to this many volunteers. This year, we've got this many volunteers, and we're coming back to this. But we need to get back up to here. Really, we need to get back up to here. So, we're still going to have the same number of classes. Actually, we're going to be adding some. And we still have the same number of kids that are coming. Actually, it's more. So the demand is huge and the need is the biggest it has ever been. Over the next 3 weeks, I will be texting with all of you to see if you'll continue to serve in the same way you have been over the past year, or if you'd like to transfer to a different area of our ministry, like maybe move from Sunday school to kids church, or from Wednesday nights to Sunday mornings, or maybe it's that you have a spouse who hasn't been serving, but you would like to bring them in and you'd like to get them to help. I love that idea. Love that idea. My prayer is that you will, or you'll even consider increasing what you're doing so that some of our other volunteers will be able to have a break. And what I mean by that is we have some volunteers that do double duty. They teach Sunday school and then they stick around for kids' church, or they serve on Sunday mornings, but they also do Wednesday nights. And we have some that do Sunday school, kids' church, Wednesday nights. So I'm asking you to please consider to continue volunteering, or maybe even upping. If you're part-time and every other week, maybe you'll consider doing every week. If you have a spouse that doesn't do anything, maybe you can drag them in and have them be a helper with you. So over the course of the next few weeks, I'm going to be reaching out to you and asking you if you will renew your membership with the children's ministry. Our last Sunday with this group of kids is August 21st. That's only 3 Sundays, counting tomorrow, that you're going to have your kids. Sunday, August 28th, is Promotion Sunday, and that's when all the kids will move up to their new classes. The following Wednesday is August 31st, and that's when our Wednesday night program resumes. Technically, it's the Wednesday before on August 24th when we have our lunch party. But as far as in class, with you working, with the kids checking in, and our regular programming, that is on Wednesday the 31st. I'm going to be gone half this next week on a college tour for Sheldon. What? Yeah, and then the next week I'm going to be gone a couple of days on another tour. Just, how is this possible? How did he go from... It just seems like he was just born. He just turned 18 on Thursday, and now we're looking at colleges, and this just blows my mind. But even though I'm going to be traveling, I will be working, and I will be texting, and I will be calling you. While I'm driving, I'll be on the phone with you guys. If I'm not driving, Michelle or Sheldon or Caroline's driving, then I'm going to be on my computer, and I'm going to be texting with you guys. I will be utilizing texting for the vast majority of you. I know that's a little on the impersonal side, but it's the quickest and easiest and most effective way for me to communicate with you guys in a mass number like this. So please know this. I love you so much. Like, seriously, I have never appreciated my volunteers like I do now. You aren't my volunteers. You are my co-team members. You're my co-captains on this journey that we're on. We're all in this together. I'm going to break out in song. We're all in this together. All right, so enjoy the rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow at church, and we'll start messaging you individually as soon as tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye-bye.